Welcome back, everybody, for some more Seal All ESC League of Legends action. Today we have your undefeated 5-0 Miami University Redhawks going up the 0-6 Central Michigan Chippewas.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a reverse scoreline there, unfortunately, for Central Michigan.
Yeah,
But this could be the night that they turn things around. But they're
I
up
hope
against some
not.
pretty stiff competition. So this should be a pretty interesting matchup. Maybe Central Michigan has been empowered
Ooh,
by their tough record so far.
yeah,
Maybe they've just been up against really good teams.
we'll see. But tonight, Miami University will be starting Mikey J in the top lane. HBTX will be lurking in the jungle. Quegger holding down the mid lane with Solo Zach and Beans down in the bot lane.
Mhm.
Central Michigan will have Rudajo, I believe, in the top lane,
Okay.
Clem Core as the jungler, King of Skywings, Spindle Spider, and Mati. I think those guys, swap lanes every time to time. So I don't know where exactly they'll be, but I believe that's their starting roster for tonight.
I like the names. I like Spindle Spider. That's
Spindle
a
Spider's
nice
pretty cool.
alliteration
Yeah.
there. Yeah, and you know what? Despite being a Miami Red Hawk and casting for the Miami University League of Legends team, I am rooting for Central Michigan University because I like an underdog.
This is a betrayal.
No,
This
it
is
is
a
not. It is
betrayal.
simply wanting to see a spice up of things, and I want Miami University to be tested for their victory tonight.
I'm on the Miami University train through and through. Hop on. The time is now.
No.
Get in. Hop on the bandwagon. I've been here since the start. MU all the way, baby.
It's disappointing. We weren't allowed props in here, ladies and gentlemen. He just brought that in. He got that out of nowhere. So, yeah, I mean, it should be a pretty interesting matchup. I'm excited to see if we find some more unique picks tonight. I was a really big fan of the Callista top that we saw last
It was
week.
kind of ridiculous, but I was a
Yeah.
big fan of it. The
It was
Shen mid too.
Yeah, the
That was
Shen mid
fun.
was. I mean, it was a little gross. I won't lie.
I will
Range
agree.
top along with the Shen mid, but it was effective in what it was trying to do, and the Miami was able to pull out the W last week. So let's see if they can do it again.
Yeah, I know our team was kind of talking about their draft as well. Maybe we'll see something new coming out from them tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see, but who knows? I'm excited to see what both teams are bringing to the table today in this classic midweek Maction lineup.
Maction, I like that. But we are in ESC. This is not Mac.
Well, it's technically the MAC conference.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, fair point. But yeah, I think Central Michigan, maybe they can cook something up in draft, and if they choose their bands correctly, this could be interesting to see how Miami chooses to adapt. They've showed that they are willing to play quite a wide variety of picks, some more unconventional than others. But I'm interested to see. I believe Lord Bonk Bonk will be playing, right?
Solo Zach
Zach
tonight.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry. You just mentioned that. It completely slipped my mind. But no, this is maybe a different side of Miami University. We've seen a lot of games from Lord Bonk Bonk. We'll see what Solo Zach has to bring to the table.
Yeah. We've also seen Phantom playing alongside Solo Zach a lot more. We haven't really seen the Beans with Solo Zach down in the bot lane, so we'll see what happens there. But we'll get this matchup to you soon. We also have a couple of fun surprises for you guys tonight, so keep an eye out on that. But we'll get this classic Maction lineup to you right after this break. Don't go anywhere. Round 6 of ESC League of Legends. We'll be right back. And welcome to draft, everybody. We already see the Belveth being banned from the side of Central Michigan. That's a pick that we know HBTX loves to play.
Yeah, we also see an Aurora and a Skarner ban, I believe, plus that Kaisa ban. So we're getting. It seems like East or Central Michigan really doesn't like void champions, which is kind of rude.
Yeah, it
You know,
seems like Central Michigan doesn't like HBTX because they're also going to ban out his Shaco, but a Mel ban going to be the last one from Miami University. But they're getting aggressive here, picking Pantheon first.
and you know what I love into the Pantheon? Well, not even the Pantheon, but I just love Garen because he's very assertive. That's a Chad pick. You
Mm,
know, it's like he's just ready to spin to win, ready to do what's necessary for Demacia, and you know it's a stark contrast to the Noxus surrounding
yeah,
area. I feel like he's sticking to his gumption with that pick. So I'm excited to see that because I myself am a Garen enjoyer, specifically Demacia Vice Garen. I think that's the greatest skin of all
it's a
time.
great skin.
We do see a Lilia locked in. That's one of the picks that we might have been expecting here. Brand as well, probably going to HBTX in the jungle.
I
Um,
do want to note
yeah.
too that Clemcore will be the top laner, Rudejo in the bot lane, and King of Skywings will be the jungler. Those are kind of the three names from Central Michigan that we didn't quite know where they would be, but now we know exactly where they'll be. But Zareth being picked from Quaker, we haven't seen this from him yet.
Huh. I like it. I think it's gives you a lot of poke. It matches well. But I mean you have that go button with the Pantheon, that
Hmm.
reliable CC to start a fight. But I think you want something maybe like a Leona or someone to follow up. You want some more tankiness.
I
And
think you
maybe
need,
more
yeah.
some more consistent AD damage. I
I
think
think, yeah,
yeah.
another go button like Leona, Nautilus, another engaged support would be pretty good to back up kind of like the poke from the Zareth and the brand. And then I think something with some sustained like damage being put out. So one of those classic AD carry picks I think would be really good here for this Miami University team.
Yeah, because they're lacking a bit of that as more in the AD department. We do see a Jax and Trinidad ban um, thrown out by Central Michigan. We do see a Zaya picked up as well. Good into that Pantheon can allow you
Hmm.
to buffer his shield bash. Or I think I don't know if that's what it's called, but Pantheon's W stun
Yeah.
ability. We do see a Corki immediately slammed along with a Poppy to go along with it. Can be good, especially if they're drafting a Rakan into it, which would pair well with the
Hmm.
Zaya. But also, I think Poppy doesn't get a ton of value this game simply because there just isn't a ton of dashes outside of the Rakan.
I think it helps a lot with the Rakan, but I think Miami, or sorry, Central Michigan was thinking that the Pantheon would be going bot lane because they banned
Yeah.
out the Tryndamere and Jax for Mikey J, but I think it's going to be Poppy's support with Beans piloting that.
Yeah, I mean it's all right. It's a bit of a unique pick. It definitely takes a little bit more effort to make it look pretty good,
Hmm.
just because you have to play a lot around that E. I myself have played it a couple times. When I've been doing like less competitive
Right,
series,
right.
and I think it is quite a lot of fun to play. There's a ton of different variations. It's something that's seeing a lot of play in pro play right now. But the classic Zyrakan bot lane, it's pretty. I mean, I like Central Michigan draft. It seems pretty easy to execute. You got the Lilia, the
Hmm.
the large sleep for the team fight along with the Oriana, and the Oriana could slam the ball onto
The
like
Lilia
the
or the
Lilia or
Rakan.
the Rakan. I like
Yeah,
the Rakan a lot, but they're both going to be a lot of speed on this team from
yeah,
Central Michigan. They can be kind of dipping and dashing around these team fights. So it'll be interesting to see. I think it'll make it a little bit difficult for the Zera to land a lot of these skill shots because
yeah,
you have to be really, poised to make sure that a lot of these abilities are going to be landing like that. The stun from Zareth is very
hmm,
important to start off his combo. So and also hitting those ultimates. But I do think that something that is interesting is there isn't a ton of ways for Central Michigan to get on the back line. Like Garen doesn't have,
right,
like, he just kind of
right.
has to run
He
through.
has to get through everybody
Yeah.
first while taking a huge ton of damage,
Yeah, I
and
mean they have the Rakan, but in terms of an actual reliable follow up besides the Oriana ball, it's going to
it's
be a
going to
little
be
bit
tough.
difficult.
I
Yeah,
think their team looks like something that just wants to speed through the back line or the front line. Sorry, because you have the Garen who goes fast, the Lilia who goes fast,
the
and the
Rakan.
Rakan who
Yeah,
goes super fast. So I think they're just going to try to speed past the front line, kind of chuck an Oriana ball, maybe a huge shockwave to group everybody up. But I think if they can't handle that, it's going to be kind of a tough game for them.
yeah. It's really. I feel like it's going to come down to a really just team fight execution.
Yeah,
Positioning is going to be a big thing. Make sure no one from either side gets caught out in an awkward
absolutely.
position. So we'll see how they can pilot this. I mean, I'm optimistic. This is a bit more of an unconventional draft from Miami's standpoint,
Hmm.
simply because I mean I like the picks and support and top, but I think that slamming the Poppy when you did is a little questionable to me. It worked out well because they picked the Rakan into it, which is
Right.
honestly a little strange. But I think that for a pick like that, you maybe don't. You want to make sure that you have some value from the W.
And these are 5 brand new champions that Miami has pulled out today. We haven't seen any of these players pick these champions before.
Mhm.
I don't think we've played them or played against them too. So I think these
Yeah.
are 5 completely brand new champions for the conference play right now.
Yeah, I mean, it could be really interesting to see if Miami looks really comfortable on these picks because this is something they could add to the repertoire.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I like expanding and making it more unpredictable for the teams
Mhm.
that are scouting against us to really be scratching their heads.
And
So
like HBTX loves his AP junglers. He picks out a new one with Brand. I know he can be a little bit difficult to pilot in the jungle, but I have no doubt that he has some experience pulling this one. And I think he might go stupid crazy tonight.
yeah, I mean, it should be really great. I think that the brand is something that saw a lot of play towards the tail end of last year, especially
Yes,
like
yeah.
more. Oh, I mean, like kind of like more actually MSI when the whole
Yep.
AP
You saw
jungler
Zyra,
trend.
Brand,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was something that really took off. And now it's kind of fallen off a bit. You definitely will see brand, particularly in like regions like China in the
Mhm.
LPL, that you'll see that pick making more of an appearance. Really has not had the same prevalence that it used to, but it's still incredibly strong, especially when it's left unchecked in these team fights. You can just deal so much damage, like just letting your passive stacks and getting those combustions and those explosions. It just keeps causing significant harm to the team that you're playing against without really them realizing it.
Yeah, and I
Again,
think the Xayah was also a really safe pick into kind of this Pantheon Poppy, the team that wants to get in there. Because
yeah,
as soon as Xayah hits 6, she can just ultimate and you can't target her.
yeah.
She's immune to CC, and it's a really great escape tool, especially for the side of Central Michigan when you have so much engage coming at you from Miami.
Yeah, I like Desire a lot. I think it makes a lot of sense into kind of that hard engage that
Right.
Miami had drafted, especially towards the top side. So it maybe would allow her to navigate these really hectic team fights when there's all these skill shots flying at you. You have this little bit of time, this little bit of intargetability that you can just get some respite and then get down and start dealing out damage again. So we'll see
Yeah.
how that Miami decides to respond to that sort of like um, it's almost like a more cautious play style.
Yeah, but here we are loading onto the Rift. But I just want to say we have a brand new overlay coming at you tonight. If you look at the top left and right corners of your screen, shout out to our graphic design team. I think they did a great job and it really looks amazing.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think I really like the colors. It goes really well with I think particularly like Central Michigan's logo. It fades. It's nice. Yeah, we'll see what this. I think it's just gonna make everything look more pretty, and it
Yeah.
definitely helps spice up this pretty bleak Noxus background we got going on here.
Taking a look at some runes here, Beans has opted for Halo Blades on the Poppy. That's pretty standard here, but Quagger has taken First Strike. I've seen a lot of comment on Xerath before, but First Strike isn't something that I've particularly witnessed a lot before.
No, it is quite good, and it is something that's more of a pick as well for lane. It's going to allow you to stack up some gold from hitting those skill shots. We see Garen emoting in the bush here.
Yeah, and
Um,
usually we see Miami go for a fast level 1 play, get HBTX to kill super early on, but it looks like they're opting not to do that as King of Skywings is getting in on Miami's blue buff, but HBTX is there. I don't know. We might have a little
spotted on the
skirmish
ward
level
here.
1. Yeah.
Yeah, King of Skywings is probably going to get the first hit here on HBTX. He's a little taken off guard. We see Spindle Spider roaming up to try and assist his jungler in this early game scuffle, but we do see Quagert is also in the area. Q landed, HBTX getting the damage off. The Q going to go wide from King of Skywings, and Mikey J is in the area to assist. The Q coming out, and that's first blood going to the side of Miami. Spindle Spider forced to flash to get out of the area, and that is a really great start for Miami University.
Yeah, we were just talking about level 1 plays, and usually we see Miami initiating them and coming out on top, but this time CMU initiated, and Miami still came on top. That's Lilia and Oriana burning their flashes. HBTX knows that, and he's going to start abusing that Oriana in the mid lane.
Yeah, we see more trades coming through here on the bottom side, and we see Rakan forced to flash as well. Kind of disastrous for the bot side of Central Michigan. Really afraid of that early game damage that Corky has with the true damage on his autos. And
Yeah,
he had the armor shred as well.
these 3 flashes being burned from Central Michigan, that gives HBTX a lot of room to do what he does best, and that's gank your laners. But it looks like Lilia is invading, trying to steal those Raptors away from HBTX.
Yeah, the silence here towards the top side. Mikey J trying to trade back, falling a little low is both laners, but we do see the Ignite coming down. Mikey J with the solo kill on Clem Clop.
Yeah, that was just some great awareness from Mikey J. He knew he would hit level 3 right there, stuns up the Garen, and then, I think Pantheon gets a little bit of extra damage on his Qs when your enemy's at lower health. Just a great way to execute in the top lane there. Great play by Mikey J.
Yeah, but a really strong invade coming through from King of Skywings, and potential action there in the bot side, but we do see them kind of peel back. HBTX, an invade of his own, is going to be spotted out by a ward. Or no, actually, I think that might be a friendly ward. But we do see King of Skywings coming in for the cheeky invade, or cheeky bot side gank, but is going to be punished for it. And Beans with a W locks him down. And that is going to be a dead deer in the bot side.
Yeah,
and
once
HBTX also here landing the stun, full combo coming out. Combustion going to come down, but he does not have the damage to find the kill immediately. But he does pick it up with the Q.
Yeah, this is a strong start for Miami University, but I'm a little bit intrigued that King of Skywings, just committed to that gank entirely. He missed his Q, but oh my gosh, Bean's just going to dash in there and take down the Xayah.
Yeah, going to find that kill pretty easily. Sitting near the wall makes it pretty easy to facilitate that dive with the E. Quagert finding some damage, but Lilia close in the area. Quagert knows that he's in trouble here. It's going to see if he can find the kill before he goes down, and he will. And that is going to be a 1-for-1 in the mid lane. Miami claiming the first feats of the first part of feats of strength, the feats of war here. And we do see the replay. Lilia going to be punished a little bit overzealous, not waiting for the rest of her team to be able to follow up on that gank.
Yeah, I think Lilia was level 2 or level 3 there, but I mean, had no real support from their bot laners because they were just so pushed in. I mean, this Poppy, this Corki, they just had so much room to roam around and so much room to like move around in that space that it was kind of doomed from the start.
Yeah.
And then Poppy just rams her into a wall. You can't do anything after that.
And Rakan was so incredibly chunked from that full combo from HBTX. If I was him, I just would have tried to back off, maybe trying not to give another kill over. Mikey J finding more damage. The PTA going to be fully stacked. Hitting Garen. Garen going to have that W stacked as well in turn. But Mikey J finding the favorable end of the trade. Another invade from King of Skywings. This guy is really taking a page out of HBTX's playbook.
Absolutely is. But I do want to highlight for a second Quagert. What a player that he's been for our team this season. We usually see him on Karmas, Gallios, kind of these really supportive roles, but he's been playing a great game, and he actually leads our team in assists, and he hit 100 assists in our last game. So congratulations, Quagert. Great player. Glad to have him on our team, but I'm excited to see what he can do on more of a damage dealer like this Xerath.
HBTX looking mid here. Stun going to be landed. He has a great angle to see if he can find this kill. A lot of skill checks being missed here. Hold on. Are they going to be able to secure it? Quagert taking the turret aggro, and Spindle will just be able to walk out.
That
was
was
a little bit disjointed there from the side of Miami. Unfortunate. It looked pretty good at the beginning.
That was pretty uncharacteristic of HBTX. I don't think I've ever seen him miss so many skill shots in such rapid succession. But I'm sure he'll be right back in that mid lane here soon as we see him taking the grubs, trying to get another advantage for Miami University.
Yeah, it looks like a good trade here from Miami in the bot lane. Solo Zach going aggressive, trying to find this kill. Barrier going to be used, but I think one more auto will do it, and it will. That will be Miami's bot lane picking up another kill. Solo Zach, great with the chase. Beans, great with the lockdown from that Poppy W.
Yeah, this Poppy has been putting in work. We've seen Beans engaging a lot with those heroic charges, but the steadfast present prevents that Rakan from getting in there and really being able to do what Rakan does.
And we do see that tower dive going to come down. Solo Zach will fall, but it will be an execute, so he will not be giving gold over. Going to lose some plates based off of that, but I think he will be fine with that any day of the week. It's just a fast back at the end of the day.
It is. Tactical int.
Yeah, I mean, not even an int. I think that was a pretty smartly played maneuver there. Unfortunately, it would have been better if the Poppy were to take aggro on that one. But
yeah, and we kind of already see a gold lead starting to open up in this game. We're 7 minutes in, and it's 14K to 9. That's about 5K gold lead that Miami University has, and there's a head in CS as well all across the map. 50 to 31 in the bot lane, 58 to 33 in the top, as we see Quaggart trading a little bit with Spindle Spider.
Yeah, HBTX in the area, see if he can find some more damage. Is going to land that W, and the ult to follow up. Can he find it? I don't think he has the damage. Quaggart just short. Beans maybe looking for more here on the bot side, going to reveal herself. W's the W's the wrong way from the Pantheon. Quaggart taking a big chunk of health. Going to go sleepy time. Spindle Spotlight in the area. Shockwave going to go through. Spindle Spider finds the kill. And HBTX also might be in a bit of trouble here. Lilia has the stacked passive, moving incredibly quick, but will choose to move backwards. But hold on.
A little bit of action here in the top lane. Clemcore and Mikey J just going to trade around, but he doesn't respect the ultimate.
Also, yeah, more action here in the bot side, but Mikey J not respecting the Garen. I'm going to outplay you button with the true damage, and Mikey J going to be falling. Unfortunate there. Is that collector first item? A little bit of an unconventional start. I don't personally condone that, but you know, maybe if you're feeling yourself in the game, it's gonna nice to have that little bit of execute. But really, Garen is not. Oh, hold on, and another tower dive from Beans, going to find that one. I believe, yeah, we'll live here on a little sliver of health. Well played there from the bot side of Miami.
That seems to be the story of the bot lane, as we see King of Skywings just invading again, going to flash aggressively. HBTX not in a great place.
Yeah, King of Skywings really playing these invades quite well. Doesn't find the blue buff there, but will find it with the Q. Caught out in a bit of an awkward position, going to be caught there. And Mikey J is going to be hand-fed that kill.
That is a nice blue buff transfer over to Mikey J. Going to help out a little bit with those cooldowns. But I want to go back to that mid lane look with HBTX with Quaggart. It was a little bit unfortunate. We saw the brand ultimate come out, but the Orianna never got close enough that it would transfer to them. As Mikey J getting really aggressive on Clemcore here, it's just going to take him down. That looked really easy.
Yeah, he is just such an incredible gold lead. Despite being taken down a little bit earlier, he has so much CS on top of this Garen. And yeah, like you said, it's really looking one-sided in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and this Corki, 9 minutes into the game, has already finished that Trinity Force.
Wow.
That's a huge power spike for that little guy in the plane. So he'll be dishing a lot of damage, a lot more damage than he already has with this Poppy support in the bot lane.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Trinity Force, really expensive item. Going to be grounded here is the Rakan, going incredibly aggressive. Mikey J trying to follow up. Bean's going to be taking some damage in turn.
I think Beans is just going to walk right out of that one. But we also see the Collector being completed from Mikey J in the top lane. That's going to help out a lot with those trades with the Garen.
I really don't like that. HBTX is going aggro here, not going to find the stun, are going to be used, shut down on to the Xayah, but the missile, will it be enough? It will for HBTX to pick up the kill with that burn.
Turn and burn, baby. Great pickup from HBTX. Great feather collar, I want to say, from Rudejo there in the bot lane. Was able to pick up the kill on the Poppy, but Miami University still just kind of starting the steamrolling, the snowballing action really, really early into this game.
Yeah, and with these 3 grubs, Solozak going to be able to pick up a plate there relatively easily. And HBTX back out on the map, trying to see if he can get to these grubs before King of Skywings is going to be picking up all these beans. Also in the area is going to be on vision, but King of Skywings is taking these incredibly slowly. Mikey J here also with the angle. The W going to be used there as well.
And King of Skywings wasn't able to pick up that first scrub either. It was left at 72 HP.
Yeah.
So Miami's just going to walk in there, grab all 3, say thank you for the leash, and they have all 6 grubs.
Yeah, I think King of Skywings just didn't have the damage to get the first grub down. Ideally, you'd want to just grab at least 1 to deny all 6, maybe 2 if you're really lucky. Mikey J, like I was saying, you mentioned the Collector. It is good. It's going to give you a lot of stats, but unfortunately, Pantheon, unless, he goes a really wacky build, isn't really going to be benefiting from one of the main stats, which is crit there. So it is not my favorite start from a Pantheon, but it definitely isn't totally out there. He does like that lethality.
Yeah, this Garen has the ultimate backup, so he's going to be looking for really aggressive trades onto Mikey J. But going back to that Grubs play, King of Skywings didn't have a lot of priority in the mid or the top lane. You saw Mikey J roaming down earlier. You saw Quaggart getting in there.
We got a Pantheon ult coming through, and Mikey J is going to find him there. And the W coming through a little bit late from Beans, but she does just have the R to find the Rakan, and he, finding angles. You just really don't want to fight here. You don't want to look for an engage from the side of Central Michigan because you just are so far behind in gold. Look, like you mentioned, Trinity Force is also going to be picked up, but I think the burn might just be enough to do it
Oh my
again.
gosh.
HBTX finding another kill, and the bot lane of Central Michigan just cannot play.
Yeah, HBTX, excuse me, is doing what HBTX does best, and that's just punishing your laners as much as he can. That man likes to get in there, put down damage, and then walk right out and steal your camps too. But, I mean, Solozak's doing a lot of damage on this Corki. Beans is getting really aggressive on these engages, and there's not much that Rudijo or Mati can do down in the bot lane. Quaker getting a nice stun.
Finding stuff here. Beans is in the area, gonna find it with that heroic charge. And that will be the mid laner of Central Michigan falling. King Skywings as finding themselves really at home in the jungle of Miami, but unfortunately, it really hasn't amounted to much. There's been a lot of really good effort with these constant invades, but it still hasn't stopped HBTX from accumulating a 20 CS lead.
You know what this is? I think King of Skywings has seen some tape of HBTX, knowing that he lives in your jungle. So I think King of Skywings is knowing, hey, my jungle's gone, I'll live in theirs
Yeah,
now.
it's just a reversal here. He's like, you know what? The jungle is actually is just reversed when I'm playing against this team. Do you see a trade coming out here from the top side? It's a little worrying because Garen can just do Garen things. Mikey J gonna maybe recognize that and back off a bit. Hold on, Zayak, or we do see the sleepy time coming through. Go back down there, but HBTX in the meantime is going to find more with Mikey J here on the top side. Looks like that play didn't really amount to much. Lilia living on a sliver HP in the bot side.
Yeah, King of Skywings getting caught out on a control ward as Solozak was coming back to the bot lane. Solozak Valkyrieing in very aggressively, getting a lot of damage, and Lilia was forced to flash again. So HBTX knows that he has a lot more room to work with too.
Yeah, Mikey J with these 6 grubs is getting to work on this top side tower. And oh, hold on. Orianna caught in a bit of a rough spot. Shockwave going to be coming through.
Solozak getting really aggressive here. Isn't going to be able to find it onto Spindle Spider. Great ultimate from Rudijo.
Peens is in a really awkward spot, though. She is going to try and quite this one out, running back into the jungle. I don't think anyone's there to stop her. Orianna in the area, but she's just clearing out some vision.
Yeah, Beans has been playing a great game so far. I mean, 22 vision control, or vision score, sorry, 15 minutes into the game, 3 kills, 9 assists. I mean, Beans is all over the map, being there at pivotal moments. You saw her, you know, kind of roam up during that last Grubs fight when they secured the last one. But she's been playing great, getting these nice engages for Solozak to capitalize and get a lot of damage and gold on these trades.
She's making me look like a fool for doubting this Poppy. I mean, really, it's seen a lot of value mainly because it's been able to accumulate such a large lead in this bot side from these really well executed dives by Beans and Solozak.
Yeah, Mikey J also with the LDR completed too is going to be able to shred through this Garen as Beans is trading aggressively with the jungler.
Take the 1v1 with the jungler and Solozak first move here. We also see Mikey J in the area, but it is just going to be that kill traded over. Mikey J looking for more with the Pantheon ult. Going to be aimed a little bit in the wrong direction. We do see some fun emotes tossed up there from Beans, acknowledging that maybe his aim wasn't perfect.
Yeah, I do want to say too, when your support is able to solo your opponent's Lilia, your opponent's jungler, that's a pretty good sign that you have a pretty good lead here in this game.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking like sunshine and rainbows for the side of Central Michigan. If that wasn't obvious enough already, Quaker going to work here in this bottom side, trying to find the inner tower.
Yeah, and going back to this gold lead is widened up to almost 14K right now, 36 to 22K.
Oh!
Weird flash coming out from Spindle Spider there.
I respect it.
I
like it.
I think
it's
they're
the
afraid of
games.
Quaker.
Yeah, it's the mental games. You know, Quaker, it's in their head, but he's like, Quaker won't expect if I do this.
There's just so much aura right now exuding from Quaker that, I mean, that Orianna got scared.
He's got the prestige game, man. I mean, like, you can't deny that this guy has drip.
True, true, true. Corki 140 CS 289 is coming up on a little bit of a flame horizon here. Almost has the fully stacked mana immune too, or the Mura mana that will transform later, but has the upgraded Swifties from the Feats of Strength that Miami was able to pick up.
Shockwave coming on top of Quagert, and we do see Clemclop taking damage here. Beans trying to find more, and Quagert is going to find the kill with that ultimate.
Yeah, Quagert's been really great and really on point with these skill shots in this game.
HPTX popping Ghost here, looking for more on top of the bot lane. Isn't going to find much, unfortunately.
Yeah, CMU just forced to back out of that one, but this Miami University team is just really strong and really scary so early into this game. 17 minutes in, they've taken all the outer turrets and they're working on those tier 2s.
Look at bot side. Look at the positioning of the Lilia. Maybe looking for the ultimate. Oh, well, never mind. She's just catching that wave.
Yeah, just trying to get some experience. Yeah.
So she's proxying, preventing it. And another Beans jump scare under the inner tower there. Not even bothered.
Yeah, Bean's just going crazy on this Poppy pick. She knows where the walls are. She knows where to heroic charge into, but Quagert getting slept.
Yeah, okay, maybe the ultimate backdoor might have paid off, but no. King of Skywings is going to fall. Can't match the damage that Quagert has, and Bean's going for more under this tower. Wait, HPTX once again crashing the Herald. I think I've never seen this guy drive the Herald and actually hit anything that isn't a wall.
Take this man's driver's license away. I've seen 3 times now where he's driven it into a wall, but Mikey J, I
hold
think,
on, maybe he's looking for more on the top side.
Yes, I think
tower?
he's doing
no,
the same thing.
He bonked into the wall.
Take his driver's license away too while we're at it.
Okay, Miami, in fact, cannot drive.
They can play League of Legends, but boy, can they not drive that Rift Herald. I mean, Miami, though, almost 20K gold lead now, too. They're just breaking this game wide open. I don't know how CMU can come back from this kind of a stomp as I've seen it right now.
You know, hot take, I don't think they can. Unfortunately, I mean, I've seen miracles happen, but I mean, the champs that Miami has and just the leads that they've accumulated. You know what? I'm wrong. That's Mikey J going full crit Pantheon. Bit unconventional in the build, but I really like it. I was concerned because I was like, is he just building that collector just to have the passive? King of Skywings going right into the waiting arms of Mikey J, and that is just a blink of an eye, gone.
King of Skywings has had some, in my opinion, some weird positioning this game. I mean, he's been in in his enemy's jungle, in Miami's jungle for most of this game. He caught that weird bot wave. He was taking grubs when he didn't have any priority, and it just allows Miami to just crash in. And you can see 7 deaths on the game. I feel like those overextensions have allowed Miami to just capitalize off of this Lilia's positioning.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bit overzealous at the end of the day. Like, I like the idea with the sporadic invades. I think HPTX shows that it's a playstyle that can be quite effective, but when you overdo it like this, especially when you're behind, it can be a pretty dangerous thing.
Yeah, and Miami has had great vision control of this game too. I've seen Beans clearing wards time and time again, and I feel like CMU just hasn't seen any of these flanks coming out from Miami University. It seems that they always have one person lurking in the jungle, Miami does, so that when there is a fight, they have kind of a surprise element in those skirmishes.
And they've just been better with the rotations. You know, when a fight does break out, it's always Mikey J, Beans. Someone is there to make it so Miami will always have the numbers advantage. So, yeah, they're just going to get to work breaking open the base of Central Michigan, trying to close out this game so we can move into the next one.
Yeah, we are 20 minutes in, so Otacon has spawned. He is up there on the top side of the river. I saw some pings coming out there, so I wonder if Miami's going to try to take that before closing this game out. But they're just laying on a full-on siege on CMU base. There's nothing they can really do right now.
Yeah, Feats of Strength was claimed by Miami. And hold on, they may have gotten a pick on top side onto Quagert. And that is going to be 2 ults invested from the side of Central Michigan to take down the mid laner of Miami.
Yeah,
that's the reset from the Gromp.
Kind of weird positioning there from Quagert, but I understand he was just trying to get some pressure in so Miami could roam up to the top. But ultimately, he pays his life for that. And Solozak
looking to avenge his fallen comrade, and an immediate flash from King of Skywings to get the heck out of there because he knew that Mikey J was looking for blood.
Yeah, Mikey J 7-1, really scary with the Collector and the LDR, just dealing a lot of damage. But we see HPTX and Beans starting up Otacon right there as Mikey J is just searching for another kill.
Yeah, he's like a shark in this jungle, and he might have found something. Oh, and the Rakan gonna get out of there, but Clem Clorp I said Clop earlier. Clem Clop
I
or
believe
Clem.
is it Clem Chlor? Oh, I
I
was
think it is.
wrong.
Yeah, it's Clorp. Clem Clorp.
Some
He's
tongue
going.
twisters from
Yeah, I know a
CMU
lot of
today.
alliteration. You know, they have the Spindle Spider, Clem Clorp. It's really they're trying to throw me off. It's not easy for a caster.
We
Um,
have the most difficult job
I know
as on screen right now.
we're putting in work, and it's not easy. And you know, we appreciate your support as our audience because you know it's
It's
really
a tough
tough out.
job for us.
It's a
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sitting in this chair. Mikey J going to be pushing. King of Skyways flashes forward, really aggressive, has that crit damage to take down.
I believe Mikey J also was able to pick up the Gromp after taking out Lilia too.
Yeah,
I'd
and
like to see a replay of that to see if that was confirmed or not, but really aggressive from Mikey J. He saw the kill, he saw the vision, and he did indeed collect what was rightfully his.
yeah, he has the collector. You know, he just wanted to prove me wrong, just like Beans has done. You know, they're really saying you don't know, you didn't expect the crit Pantheon, and you know what I didn't, and I'm excited to see when he gets his IE online. HBTX going aggressive, 3-man Shockwave going to be landing, but huge amounts of damage by HBTX finding with the ultimate. Beans gonna have to kite back here, taking that turret aggro. HBTX looking for more, gonna find additional damage onto the Zaya.
Yeah, and Beans was really fast. I mean, you saw the heroic charge in there onto the Rakan, able to pick up the kill and then walk out of there. But you see again, just another heroic charge and walks right on out of any potential of being killed.
Drowsy onto the Xerath. Let's see if they can follow up. It doesn't look like they can walk up. HBTX playing bouncer for the rest of his team, making sure that there can't be any follow-up onto that Lily ultimate.
Yeah, but
Solozak gonna take another one of those rolling seeds.
Miami, though, just, they're not paying rent, but they're staying in their home right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they picked up the inhibitor after respawn. They're sieging this bot lane inhibitor tower as well, are able to take it down. And Quaker just dealing a lot of damage and supporting Mikey J as he picks up a couple more kills.
Yeah, Mikey J with the IE online is just going to be a monster right now. And look at the damage that Quagert is able to dish out from so far away. Oddly reminiscent of Lord Bonk Bonk's way. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but look at this damage from Quagert.
This man is automatic. He has to have a reticle or something on his screen right now. He has not missed a skill shot this game.
And look at the crit damage from Mikey J fighting the kill, making it 1-0 for Miami to start off this series.
I also want to note, with 9 assists on the brand, HBTX has also crossed the 100 assist mark. So we have 2 players on Miami University that have hit 100 assists on the season. Congratulations again to Quegger and HBTX. They've been playing out of their mind this season so far.
And just a textbook game from HBTX there. He was, thrown off a bit off kilter from those constant invades, but Miami was really able to respond to a lot of those aggressive plays and punish Central Michigan for trying to even think that they could move in. That is not for sale.
I think Miami plays the invade game so well that they just know how to defend it too. I mean, you saw King of Skywings doing what HBTX does. He got a taste of his own medicine, but Miami knew exactly what to do when that Lilia was invading the jungle and was just able to get so far ahead from kind of just farming that Lilia too.
Yeah. I mean, HBTX accumulating a huge gold lead, and the bot lane as well, really playing their lane out quite well. I mean, and towards the top side, we did see a bit of a hiccup towards the beginning. He got Garen, Mikey J, not much you can do, but really did. Well, I mean, since that death was able to just completely recover, get that crit build online, which is something like I wasn't personally expecting. I mentioned it a bit. I was like, I hesitant on the collector start. I'm like, is this guy really just going to build collector and then go full lethality? That did worry me a bit, but really he proved me wrong, as did Beans, looking beautiful on that Poppy. Look, almost deceptive as whether or not you were a support. That looked like a solo lane Poppy to me, finding kills all over the map, 1v1ing the enemy jungler, and really just fearless play by Beans.
I kind of think of Poppy as kind of a pseudo Leona. I mean, you both have dashes to get in onto the enemy.
Snap engage.
Right. But I mean, Beans played a really great game on this Poppy, was getting really aggressive, and I think it was a really great pick.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't into the Rakan, but the Rakan was picked after the Poppy, but did a really great job of shutting down a lot of the potential of the Xayah Rakan bot lane and just created a really nice environment for Solozak to be able to farm up and get a lot of kills down in the bot lane.
Yeah, facilitating a lot of those dives and mitigating a lot of that aggression that the Rakan tried to show. So we really like that. We really like what Miami put together in terms of draft, and we will get another banger draft very soon. Stick around.
Welcome back to Draft, everybody. Sorry for a little bit of a lengthy break. Some issues with lobbies and drafting, but it's whatever. We're here now, and we already see Shaco being banned on the side of CMU.
Bands looking relatively similar, maybe in a different order. We do see that Skarner also going to be taken off the board. Incredibly prolific, strong pick right now, just really consistent with the amount of
Hmm.
CC and engage you have. And Kai's also going to be taken off the board as well.
Yeah, Miami also banning Mel, just a busted champion all around, and CMU with an early Tryndamere banned.
Yeah, I mean that was something that followed up from last game. They're afraid of the Fridimir. I mean that pick is incredibly scary, especially if you pick something like Garen or Set, because it just you get so close and then he just presses that funny R button and then just doesn't die.
Speaking of Garen and Set, Garrett banned from Miami, but Set picked up for CMU with Darius as the response in the top lane.
Yeah, I really like that. It's a good matchup for Darius. I mean, Set usually generally wins into a lot of the melee matchups, but when it's really extended trades, Darius will just constantly win, especially when it gets to that 6 because
Yeah.
he has that true damage. And I mean, this is a little bit harder to pilot sometimes if the set is really trained on
Hmm.
taking good trade spacing well. But that is going to be HBTX's Kindred that we did get a bit of a taste of last week. I really enjoyed watching that pick. I think it's incredibly strong. I think he looks so great on it. And it really facilitates his play style of constantly invading, looking for these ganks, playing aggressive. And we do see the Lilia coming back. I liked it. Last game it was maybe a bit overzealous, like we
Hmm.
mentioned, but I do like that style, as well as a new Victor pick
The new
coming
Victor, yeah.
towards the mid lane.
And we have Ziggs being locked in. I'd assume that might be going down to Solo Zach, but we'll see. But I'm really excited for this Kindred. Kindred is one of my favorite champions in the game. Whenever I play jungle, I'm playing Kindred. Uh, I unfortunately wasn't able to be here for the last Kindred game from
It
HBTX,
was
but
awesome.
I did watch the stream. I'm very excited to be here today to see that. But the Hui's going to be locked in.
I think it's a Ziggs mid, and
Yeah, I
and
think you might be right.
when you say oh, hold on, we do see in return
The
is
Ezreal.
Ezreal being locked in as well as the Lux. Funny lovers duo in the bot lane. If you read up on the lore at all, I mean it's kind of a
It's
one-sided
very
love. Yeah,
one-sided.
Ezreal is kind of down bad for Lux, and she doesn't really return his feelings. But Hui, meanwhile, is just kind of in his feelings as well in the bot lane. He's a sad painter.
Yeah, as we wait for this last pick to be for Miami University, we'll see who it is. But I mean, CMU just opted for the Anivia and the Jax, both champions that Mikey J and Quigger love playing. They didn't want to see none of that.
Yep. No. Hold on. And that is going to be
Support a
my my
moo.
personal favorite. This is my by far one of my most played support picks. I think it's so incredibly fun, especially in these team fights. It can really help with the Mega Inferno Bomb with the Ziggs because
Oh yeah,
it is a very similar diameter.
yeah.
So if you hit a really big Amumu ult, he can immediately follow up with that and really hit everyone, get the maximum effectiveness. And there's just so much team fighting, swirling damage on the side of Miami. But there is a lot as well that can be pitted against that on the side of Central Michigan. We got again the classic Louis ult, the showstopper from the set. If that's
Yep,
placed on someone like the Amumu, someone with a higher base HP, it can do incredible amounts of damage, as well as the Chaos Storm with the new changed Chaos Storm. Once
yep.
he gets all of his upgrades, as
It
anytime he
grows.
gets a takedown in a team fight, it will get bigger and last longer. It can be incredibly powerful, especially when you have some items online. Just run through these team fights if you get any kind of initial momentum.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of poke from the side of CMU as well with the Ezreal, the Lux. I mean, Lilia has a little bit of poke with her Q, some poke with the Victor with the laser beam. So I think they're going for a little bit more of a pokey game. If it can get engaged, it's going to be that set jumping in onto the Darius, onto the Amumu, and
Or
just
yeah, or a Lux binding that maybe
yeah,
catches an off and a little bit of a off kilter target. But I think exactly what you were saying.
yeah. In this set, I mean, if enough damage is dealt in the team fight and he doesn't go down, that's a lot of true damage that's going to blow up the Kindred, the Ziggs, or the Hue. You have to be careful for that if you're Miami University.
Yeah, and the Death Spite could come in really big
Yeah.
in terms of denying a lot of that, execute power from that true damage. So maybe with the HBTX having a quick trigger finger, that could be really good. Another thing that I'm thinking as well is it's kind of reminiscent of last game the position where the Darius is in, where he kind of just has to run through all this pretty
Yeah,
hard poke
yeah.
CC to get on top of a lot of the backline. You know, he does have that apprehend where he can maybe pull someone in that steps a little bit too far up. We did see that was kind of a pattern of Central Michigan sometimes where they got a little bit too cocky in these team fights and were punished because of it. But I think it's really going to be up to Beans to find these engages to give Solozak and the rest of Miami time to close that gap and really allow for the maximum amount of brawling to take place.
Yeah, one place I'm really looking right now is at the jungle as well. I mean, last game we saw King, the Lilia player,
Yeah,
invading Miami a lot, and the one to initiate those invades as well. And that forced HBTX to be in the side of CMU's jungle at all times. But now that HBTX is on the Kindred,
he's going to benefit.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the Lilia is going to play more on the CMU side, because if they swap jungles basically again like they did
Free
last game,
mark. Yeah.
Kindred's going to come out way on top and is just going to scale infinitely off of that.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the mechanic of Kindred, the champion that HBTX locked in, is that there are certain camps, like the little monsters in the jungle, that are marked for death,
Hmm.
essentially by Kindred. And when she kills those specific camps, which are on the side of the enemy, which is why you definitely want to prevent this champion from getting into your own jungle. She gets stats for the rest of the game. Just keeps
Yes.
getting stronger infinitely as she keeps getting more and more of these stacks. So it's very imperative when you're playing against a Kindred, like you mentioned, to deny them from getting these marks in your jungle and make sure that they, because any time that they invade and they get one of those marks, it's going to be more meaningful than when you're invading one of their camps.
Yeah, and to further that, so Kindred can't control the marks on the enemy camps.
Yeah,
Kindred can place marks on
champions.
champions.
Yeah.
So whenever you're ganking somebody, 7 seconds, that's how long a mark takes to set onto another champion. 7 seconds before a gank, you're setting that mark and you're going in.
Hmm.
With the cams, Kindred kind of automatically does it. From levels 1 to 3, they can only be on the
The
scuttles
scuttle crab. Yeah.
in the river. After that, from I think it's 3 to 8 or 3 to 5, it can go on wolves, raptors, gromps, and krugs, and then past I believe it's 8 or 10,
Sounds right.
it's any buff on the map, and then eventually once dragons, heralds, and barons and otacons start
Yeah,
spawning,
Otacon.
the marks will go onto those epic jungle monsters.
So yeah, it gets a little bit progressively harder to get those marks, but
Yeah.
at that point in the game, you're going to have accumulated. If the game is going well for you, and you know how to pilot this champion, you're going to accumulate a lot, and it's really like around what was the mark when you start to get more range?
You start at, so you get the first benefits at 4 marks, and then past that you increase every 3 marks. You can tell I play a lot of Kindred.
Yeah, that's going to be
So
helpful because I don't.
4, 7, and 10 are kind of like those are like the checkpoints that you want to get pretty early on. And we saw HBTX stack up to I think
It was like
12 or
13 or yeah, it
13
was
the
like
last
a
game.
ridiculous amount. And you start to get, like you mentioned, that extra range
Yeah.
and all of your stats you get more attack speed from your Q, you get more percent max health damage.
You get more attack speed, more range. You get a higher execute threshold on your E, which also scales with critical strike chance. Fun fact,
Yep.
one of my favorite abilities. But yeah, if this Kindred is able to get marks, is able to get a lot of kills or steal those camps really early on, HBTX is going to get really far ahead.
Yeah, incredibly well scaling comp from Miami. And I think the good thing that rounds it off is this Darius pick. I'm a
Yeah.
really big fan of this champion. Noxian Guillotine, one of my favorite abilities.
Yeah.
I love resetting ults, even though they're really frustrating to play against
500 true
sometimes.
damage
Yeah,
just to the face.
just landing those, hemorrhage stacks and being
Yeah.
able to, just keep getting these resets over and over again. And I just, it's just something I really thoroughly enjoy playing. Also in the lane state as well. It just, you have this aura around you, like you
Yeah.
mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
where you just, if you take any kind of, unfavorable trade into this champion, he can just stack up those bleed stacks and you will pay the price.
Yeah, and I think this Amumu pick from Beans was also a great way to round it out. I mean, Amumu brings a lot of CC with the bandage toss and with the ultimate, which is going to provide a great opportunity for Ziggs and Hui and Kindred to just lay down some damage, and gives time for Darius to be able to run in. I'd assume that Mikey J is running Ghost.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I'm excited to see what this Miami University team does. But we're going to get this game to you right after this short break. Round 6 ESC League Legends, to see if Miami goes 6-0. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Rift, everyone. We had a bit of technical difficulties. Rito client, you know how it is, crashed a couple of times. But hey, we're back. We're here on the Rift, and we're here for Game 2 of League of Legends.
You know what else we're here for? Dunkmaster Darius. It's time to dunk.
It's time.
Uh-oh. Speaking of that,
They knew
King
it
of
was
Skywings
coming.
might just get dunked on. Has to flash early.
King of Skywings, Mikey J popping the ghost is going to get onto King of Skywings, but isn't able to pick up the kill just yet. Miami was prepared for that invade from King of Skywings.
Yeah, and he's going to be taken down to 1 HP. Has to recall pretty early here. Still is relatively early in the game, so isn't going to be too phased by that. Should still have time to clear his jungle.
Yeah,
relatively well.
Skywings was forced to flash as well, so won't have that back up until 5 minutes into this game.
Hold
Useful
on.
knowledge to know for MU, but Solozak just getting a nice deep ward placed early in this game.
Yeah, both sums used there by Mikey J. Maybe could be problematic if Kindred or if Lilia tries to roam up topside, or maybe Clem Corp gets a favorable trade here on this set. I'm interested to see this top matchup. I think that you know, like I said, it really depends on positioning and how well you can manage these trades. If it goes any kind of long term, though, I'm favoring Mikey J.
I don't believe Skywings backed because they're looking really low and they popped the potion while
Well,
taking this red buff.
they did back, but they didn't stay in Fountain for very long,
Ah, they
so
didn't
they didn't
heal
get
up.
the full
I
regeneration.
see, I
So
see.
it's kind of unfortunate. You're gonna have to start your jungle clear a little bit lower HP than you'd probably like, especially against a Kindred.
Great bandage toss coming in from Beans, getting really aggressive, but not level 2, so not a lot of damage there. But HBTX is going to have a huge HP advantage when it comes to these crucial scuttle fights, especially since the first mark is going to be on that. Mikey J getting aggressive with Clemcorp, has hit the level 2. It's just going to auto get those stacks of hemorrhage, and it's going to be a bad trade for Clemcorp. Beans forced to flash, didn't flash, sorry, the Lux flash after bandage tossing in. But Mikey J wasn't able to find a kill just yet.
Yeah, oh, and this Facebreaker going to go wide there. Mikey J looking for more.
Mikey J going in, autoing. I don't know if he has the Q to heal up off of it, but Quaker getting another aggressive trade with Spindle Spider 2 is going to get low, but is going to get the first blood with the bouncing bomb.
Mikey J healing up off of pots, but still looking pretty dicey. They're trading more here in the top lane.
HBTX stalking his prey, does have the mark on to that Lilia. Is going to get him really ahead. The Mounting Dread going to be stacking up here. 1, 2, 3, and that is going to be the kill for HBTX, getting off to a really great start here in this game.
Yeah, it looks like we're having a little bit of difficulties with the overlay. Shouldn't be too much of a big deal. HBTX coming to visit the mid lane to maybe give them some attention as well. And I don't think anything amounted from that really dicey trade towards the top side. It looked pretty close. We did see Clemcorp flash in that exchange. So now both top laners going to be left without their respective summoners. We do see TP still being up. But Mikey J will have his flash first, which is pretty crucial. HBTX also not having flash, but is going to find the kill there.
And that's kind of what I was talking about with the HP advantage. HBTX knew that the Lilia didn't have a lot of health, knew that he didn't have the flash, and was able to just get in there. But Quaker getting a really aggressive trade, but HBTX on that Kindred is able to secure another mark on the Scuttle as he looks for another one on Clemcorp, and I think he might be able to get this one. Mounting Dread coming in, and he's going to get the execute again.
Yeah, and that Speed of Warfare going to be claimed pretty quickly right off the bat from Miami. Bean's looking for an angle here too.
Bean bandage toss really deep, but is stunned up by the Binding Light. Solozak putting in a lot of work on this way, but I don't think they're going to be able to go for more. But 4 minutes into the game, HBTX already one hunt, one mark off of that critical number 4.
Yeah, and I think Solozak can, well played by Lux to back there, because especially into a Hui, you know, you never really know when this damage is going to start to come down, and how far away this, how far a Hui this champion can really dish out these crazy numbers.
Yeah, Solozak getting a little aggressive on Rudejo there, but I'm kind of interested, as Rudejo did not have any of that, but a little trade here in the jungle. HBTX versus King of Skywings. HBTX did hit that 4th mark, does have some extra bonuses, and Solozak is going to be able to take the kill on that Lilia.
And just like I mentioned, that especially the Hui QW combo is so effective at poking down these champions from so far away. It is really just something that you really have to be cognizant of, because it's so difficult. Because normally, like, with the exception of a couple champions, maybe like the Xerath we saw last game, no champion really has the ability to have that damage threshold from that far away. Like, and HBTX may be bitten off more than he can chew here.
HBTX is going to be able to smite the Krug. I believe HBTX had a mark on this, but is going to get a lot of damage onto King of Skywings, is going to go down as Mikey J trades a little bit with Clemcorp on the top lane, is going to dodge that true damage face breaker, but is going to ghost in the apprehend. Going to get Clemcorp, is going to heal off of the Q. Is he going to look for more? He hasn't hit 6 yet. He doesn't have that Noxian Guillotine, but I think those stacks of hemorrhage are going to be enough. Great heal for Mikey J, getting real close there as Quaker going to drop the Mega Inferno Bomb, looking for more, and is going to get it with the bouncing bomb onto Spindle Spider. Great plays all around for Miami University.
Yeah, 2 clean solo kills. That top one a little close for comfort, but still finding that Bean's looking here as well.
Bean's deep bandage toss. Quay going to come up with some damage, and another great bandage toss to follow it up. Another kill secured for this way, but I do believe in that last skirmish at the Grubs, or the Krugs rather, with the smite on the big Krug, that's all you need for Kindred. I believe HBTX was able to get another stack there. But looking for another one here deep, but it's 2-on-1, HBTX is just going to try to run out of there. King of Skywings is getting really low. A little
Not
bit of
gonna find
autoing, a little bit of
yeah.
kiting. The Haymaker isn't going to get HBTX. He's going to walk right on out of that one as Solo Zach is going to go a little aggressive there in the bot lane, but Rudijo able to E out of there.
Yeah, find the passive proc, and just all around the map, Miami coming up huge with these trades, and HBTX looking for more in the jungle of King here.
HBTX does not want to let this man play the game. We've seen him do it before, but he knew that the mark was going to be right on that Wolves, is able to smite it, steal another one away, and is going to be able to walk away from Spindle Spider as he drops that ultimate. Mikey J is there to offer support, does have 6, does have that Noxian Guillotine, apprehend, Q, and he's going to dunk on that Clem Cord, that set in the top lane. Spindle Spider in the wrong place, in the wrong time. Mikey J going to be able to pick up another kill.
Yeah, and crucially, HBTX did get that hit to get the assist onto the Victor to pick up an additional mark that he had. Because Victor was kind of playing a little bit passive. He probably wasn't going to be engaging, but then he did roam up, and Mikey J was able to help facilitate that mark.
I just want to, with Kindred, you can kind of force the computer to mark what you want to mark by taking certain camps at certain times. HBTX knew that another camp from King of Skywings jungle was going to be marked, and it was the Wolves, and he got it right on time. But they're going to trade again, King of Skywings. Kindred getting really low, but does have the Lambs Spy if anything comes from it. But great playing from HBTX. Meanwhile, he's going to try to steal the red buff as King of Skywings sees him in there. Quaker is there to offer support, but Mikey J having another really good trade with Clemcorp. Is he going to dunk? Doesn't have it right now, but the hammer stacks are just going to make that set. Bleep with the great bouncing bomb from Quaker, going to pick up a kill onto to Spider.
Yeah, HBTX claiming another mark there.
Really great engage right there from Beans. Able to offer some support from HBTX. Is going to be able to pick up the kill on to King of Skywings with the Lancer Sprite, going to keep HBTX alive for the time being. Able to survive that true shot barrage. Solo Zach lurking in that bush. I don't know if they know that he's there at the moment, but HBTX is going to try to get more stacks off of these Krugs.
Yeah, I mean, this Kindred has gotten so many stacks off this early game aggression, and HBTX being in the right place at the right time to claim not only the champion stacks, but also the stacks from the objective monsters.
I'd love to see if we can have the observers check in on how many stacks Kindred has at the moment. I believe we're up to 5 or 6 maybe.
Yeah,
but I would love to get confirmation on that.
Yeah.
We are at 7.
Whoa.
So we are 9 minutes into the game, and HBTX has hit 2 crucial upgrades on those abilities.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just going to be even harder to play. Like you said, we mentioned this in the draft. Once you get past that 6th threshold, or that 4th threshold, you really start to see really big improvements in all the abilities of this champion.
Yeah, Quaker is just able to melt these towers. Did take Aftershock, does have the satchels too. So 10 minutes into the game, both of these mid towers are taken down. I mean, Spindle Spider can't play the game anymore.
No, neither can Clemcorp. Mikey J becoming such a threat in this top lane. Oh, though, the Haymaker.
HBTX is in there. Mikey J is going to be able to walk out of it as Solozak throws the Mounting Despair on to Lux. Isn't able to pick up the kill just yet. Great shield, able to keep Lux alive, but I mean, Miami University just pushing CMU back in all phases of this game.
You know what I love? And I think part of the reason that Mikey J's been so successful, even though Set does actually do pretty well into most melee matchups, this phase rush from this Darius has really allowed him to not only stick onto the set to land a lot of his important skill shots and autos, but also dodge a lot of the haymakers and a lot of the return damage that Set can provide.
Yeah, Quaker says, I don't want to play this game anymore. I have homework to do after this. And he's just trying to speed run this game. All 3 mid towers just deleted 10 minutes into this game.
You know what, Quaker? I also have homework to do, so I appreciate it. But no, I do still think that Central Michigan, I like what they had put together with the draft. I think it made more sense. I like this Victor a lot in terms of the CC it can provide, the utility, but it needs time. And what Miami is not giving them any time to be able to scale. Beans not being able to find that bandage toss.
Yeah,
Zach hiding back.
Rudijo, I mean, shifting in aggressively, isn't able to find anything off of that. Beans missing the bandage toss, but HBTX is just going to play with his food for a little bit here as he gets another mark off of Sky.
Yeah, Mikey J just putting in work on this top tower as well. Not too bothered by the set anymore.
Yeah, a little bit of trading coming out from Clemcorp. Mikey J trying to get out of turret aggro range. He's just going to try to proxy this wave. as Kindred picks up another mark with the Drake.
Yeah, it's just becoming so, if it wasn't already, it's just so unplayable. Quaggart in the area to see if they can facilitate maybe a cheeky dive. Looks like they're going to back off from that one. HBTX watching the recall and waiting to see if maybe this Lilia is pathing towards their Krugs. Quaggart getting some damage down.
Getting really aggressive with those bombs, but HBTX just stalking his prey. Great engage from Beans and a great Mega Inferno Bomb from Quaggart to pick up another kill. He really wants to go home.
Yeah, no, he's just saying any percent speed run of the game. And I think Ziggs is just like you mentioned, the perfect champion to do it. If you really want to end the game as quickly as possible, those satchel bombs will allow you to execute these turrets at a certain threshold. And he's just been all over the map, making plays, getting strong, stacking his tier, and he's looking towards this top inner as well.
Yeah, I mean, Miami just really accelerating this game, but Beans is going to bandage toss in there with the ult, going to stun up Rudijo. Unfortunately, is going to go down. Rudijo pops the barrier with the, gets another kill onto the Lux, but HBTX forced to pop the Lamb's Respite. Meanwhile, Mikey J and Quaggart are able to take the top turret. Mikey J is going to get, it's 3-on-1 right now, is going to get Drowsy. This might look bad for him. Healing up with the Q. Does he have Dunk right now? I don't think so. He does, but he's running, trying to get out of there. But too many slows. Great heal from Mikey J. Missed the seed from Skywings, but HBTX offering some support. And Mikey J's unfortunately not going to get out of there, getting burned down by Lilia. HBTX forced to flash and jump out of there. Interesting play from a little bit of an overstay from Mikey J there.
I don't know. I get where his head was at, because I've been ahead on, not to brag, but I've been ahead on Darius before, and you just kind of feel like Thanos at a certain point.
HBTX mounting Dread, trying to get another kill, and there's the execute like I mentioned before the game, and it's going to steal away this blue buff. Beans bandage tossing in onto Spindle Spider, is going to get CC'd by the Lux, is just going to walk out of that one. HBTX putting the mark onto Skywings, could look for a kill here too, and is going to look for that. Let's see, huge autos coming out with the empowered from the Q, but isn't able to pick up the kill just yet.
Lux Final Spark just did come up, so she does have that in her back pocket, but it looks like most of the play has fizzled out here. And yeah, just unending pressure from this Miami University squad.
Yeah, I'd love to see again how many marks we're at with this Kindred, because I've lost track. I mean, HBTX is everywhere and marking up everything that he can right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's just it's worked out better than anyone could ask for, like better than you could imagine. Because normally Kindred games, you have good Kindred games, but even if you're ahead, you can have good Kindred games, but you won't always be able to guarantee that your marks are going to be on the right person at the right time. Oh, the double apprehend though!
Great apprehend from Mikey J, setting up for a slam dunk Mega Inferno Bomb from Quaggart. Just great synergy from the top and mid laner from Miami University.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just, someone should clip that. That was beautiful. The double apprehend into the immediate Mega Inferno Bomb from Quaggart is just, it's picture perfect.
Yeah, that was a great play from the top and mid laner. Meanwhile, they are just going to try to siege this inhibitor already. Beans looking for a really aggressive bandage toss is going to land on Skywings. HBTX there to provide a little bit of damage. Beans flashing out, but is going to go down. Meanwhile, Solozak and Mikey J and Quaggart, all members from Miami that are up right now, here to siege this inhibitor, and they are going to get to 50 minutes into this game. Ezreal getting really low, forced to shift out of there. The Victor ult being laid down from HBTX is going to dodge the final spark, but unfortunately Quaggart cannot. Lux is going to pick up a kill onto Miami University.
Yeah, and Clemcorp also finding more on the top side and meanwhile, but the double apprehend was just beautiful, and Quaggart with the immediate follow-up, almost like they're sharing a brain. It's just gorgeous. You love to see plays like that, and it just shows, like, if that apprehend lands, it's so hard for Central Michigan to get in a place where they're not just going to get punished.
That's going on the season highlight reel for sure. Just a great heads-up play from the two of them, but HBTX, seeing Clemcourt taking his tower, says, I don't want you to do that, and is trying to get another stack out of this. Mikey J, Beans, all here to support. Mikey J is going to get the kill onto set.
And it just looks gorgeous. I mean, like, it's just such a phenomenal execution. At this point, it isn't super difficult for Miami. They've just accumulated such a gold lead. Like you said, the Kindred has so many of these stacks that getting more shouldn't be that much of a problem. But, you know, closing out this game, pretty clean. And there's still a game to be played for sure, but Miami going to look for this Rift Herald, and maybe this is finally the chance we get to see this dancing scuttlecraft
I don't
or
know. We've seen
dancing.
some interesting Rift Heralds
Yeah,
coming out from HBTX.
don't let that man drive.
Do not let that man drive.
Yeah,
Don't let Mikey J drive either. I
no
think
one
I've
is.
seen
I
him ram
I,
something
I
into
trust
a wall.
Quaker. I trust Quaker. I think Quaker can take it
Get
home.
Solo Zach the reins. I want to see what this guy can do.
Yeah,
But this Kindred, I'm sure, is at 12, 13, 14 stacks, 16 minutes into the game. But
yeah.
this Way's putting in a lot of damage. Beans, Banish tossing, and ultimating, and is going to pick up the kill on to Sky. Meanwhile, Quaker says,
He's
hey,
ending the
I
game.
still have homework, guys,
Yeah.
and is going to end the game. The Satchel's coming through.
Yeah, and I think, is it too close to say, but I think CMU is about to see MU win this series.
looking to go 6-0 on the season in very dominant fashion, picking up some kills, trying to pad the stats a little bit. Rudijo getting low. Quaker has those long-range bombs. Meanwhile, his Way's here to support. But Miami University in a 17-minute, any percent speed run. Actually, that was a 100% speed run. They are going to move on to 6-0 in ESC League of Legends regular season. What
Beautiful
a play.
game. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful game from Miami. And well played to CMU. It's tough. We have some pretty experienced players.
Yeah.
They've shown their merit throughout these past 6 games. And tough for Central Michigan as well, moving to 0-7. But I believe in them. I saw signs of life in this
Yeah.
series. I really liked what I saw from specifically their top jungle. I think that
Yeah.
they're, especially the top laner, really played some of those matchups pretty well. Just kind of got unlucky. HBTX with that Kindred, with that brand, looking lethal.
Yeah, I mean, the Darius was also really crazy in that last game. Can't talk about it enough, but the double apprehend into the Mega
Oh,
Inferno Bomb, just a beautiful play all around. But HBTX really highlighting what you can do on Kindred. He
mhm.
was at camps at the right time, stealing the marks. He was ganking, getting marks, didn't waste a single one. And I don't know for sure how many he had at the end there, but I
Probably a
mean,
ridiculous
yeah,
amount.
he
Yeah.
was carrying for sure.
Yeah, no. So beautiful game played from Miami. Really great stuff. We're gonna have more action later this week, I believe Saturday.
We actually have our bye week on. We have our
Oh,
bye day on Saturday, so we
yeah.
do not have a League of Legends stream, but we will have a Valorant stream. So please tune into that. Our Valorant team off to a great start, I believe, this season. We've seen some great things from that team. But yeah, on Saturday, no League of Legends, but Valorant. So please tune into that.
Yeah, but for more updates, you can check out our Twitter, redhawks.gg. You can get all the info there. But we will have more content coming for you very soon. Stick around. And this has been Devin the Doc O'Connor.
It's been Isaac Rhythm Arredondo.
And you have a great night.